In case you missed it, the newest kit just dropped for The Sims 4 yesterday, and today we're giving a shot at building with this new pack. So it's called The Sims 4 Courtyard Oasis Kit. It's a $5 little mini builders pack. And honestly, now that I've played with it, I really enjoy this. So let's talk about it. This pack is inspired by Moroccan architecture and the riads in Morocco. A riad is basically a courtyard. So you'll see with this build, I tried to have a courtyard in the middle and have like a big open space there with like all the new plants and furniture. There's a lot of mosaic tile, there's new columns, there's new spandrels, there's some new windows. This pack is really like a builder's dream. And so with that being said, this might not appeal to like the average Sims player, and I think that's maybe the point. I think they're trying to give some more like niche build packs or other cast things and stuff with these kits that they maybe wouldn't otherwise be able to fit into a bigger pack. You know, think like vacuums. Like that was one of the first kits. And in this case, we have this new Courtyard Oasis one. And I'm really excited about this because now that I've built with this one and seen its potential, it's getting me really excited about possible future kits and like what else they might do with it. Because this pack has about 25 assets, which is pretty huge. That's comparable with a lot of stuff packs. Obviously, it's just build mode. There's not a lot of furniture. It's a lot of like builder's tools, like architectural things. Again, the columns, there's like a platform trim. We've got the spandrels and stuff. It has 2 windows, 2 doors, and 2 archways. A couple new wallpapers. It's got some new tile. And now that I've actually built this house with it, I have a lot of thoughts. It's one thing to like look at it and be like, oh, this is cool, but it's another to actually use it and play with it. And I must admit, I have been like planning what I want to build with this since the kit leaked. Like I've been really excited about this. I think it's so beautiful. Like I love the doors. The tile is so pretty. Like I've been so looking forward to this kit coming out. So I was really prepared when it released yesterday. Like I already had in mind what I wanted to make with it, you know? And I think my issue, the only issue that I have, and this happens a lot with packs where we get like really fancy specialized architecture things, like think even Realm of Magic and those special windows we got, there's just not enough of them. Like if we had maybe one more window, I think I would have been happy, but there's like a really small window and a really big window. And then we have only tall wall height doors. There's one medium wall height arch and a short wall height door, but it's not the same as these. It's like a small door. And so there's these beautiful fancy things, but they really only work with tall wall height, and I don't think the windows really match up with that. Like we have a tiny window and we have a big window, and the big window is a good size for the tall wall height, but I think I just wish we had a third like in between sized window. Because when I was trying to do this build, I was struggling with like trying to put windows on the second floor, and I think part of my issue too is that I never build with tall wall height. You know this about me. It's like almost always short wall height, sometimes medium, depending on the house. And part of that is just because I think it's really hard to find windows and doors that work well with tall wall height, which is, you know, this pack comes with them, so it's fine. But I really struggle with like scaling of this sort of thing. And again, we have these windows, but like there's not enough to make the build make sense. We have a few base game windows that they added, but the swatches don't all match. So I think if I were to offer any piece of advice to the developers, because I love this pack and I think it's great, I wish that one, we either had like one more window or they had updated the base game windows to have a couple more swatches to match these. Because for example, these windows have a blue swatch, like beautiful blue bright wood. It looks amazing, but the base game ones that we have that are sort of a similar style don't have that matching blue swatch. So it's kind of hard to mix and match them together. Again, also an issue with like Realm of Magic. We have these beautiful Realm of Magic windows, but there's like giant medium wall height doors and then little tiny windows, and it's hard to like put them together in a build that makes sense. Like I just wish we had a little bit more variation in window size. I have this issue often though. It's not a new one. And at the end of the day, it is not the end of the world. I think if they were just to do a future pack, I would like to have like one more option, just one. The other issue I encountered with this, and this is a one that's also not the pack's fault, it just is how it goes, is I was trying to put the railing on the stairs and the railing clips into the wall. It's so annoying. It's so frustrating. I'm sure you've seen this happen before too, when you're trying to put nice railings on stairs and then the railing clips into the wall and then you have this horrible clipping happening, or it's like clipping into the windows and stuff. I so desperately wish that we could choose to put stair railing on just one side of the stairs. Like back in The Sims 3, you could have the left stair railing and the right stair railing, which makes sense to me. In The Sims 4, it places automatically on both sides, but in cases like these stairs, I wouldn't want the railing to be on the side where the wall is because it clips. So if I could just put it on the one side, that would be great. Or if like by default, the railing disappeared on sides where there's walls. Sort of like how with bunk beds, if it's against a wall, you can set it so the ladder disappears on the backside where the wall is. If we could just make it so that there's no railing in the wall, because why is there a railing in the wall? Maybe if it was on the wall instead, it'd be better. I don't know. The clipping really bugs me. It really irks me. But that was like the only two issues I had, was the stairs clipping and the fact that I want another window. But you know what? At the end of the day, those are not big problems to have. So one of the key things about this pack is that it comes with these beautiful mosaic tiles, right? Which is very characteristic of the style, you know? And I think these are so cool because there's a bunch of different swatches on the tiles, but they've got like maybe 6 or so different color sets of the floor tiles. And then each of those swatches has a couple different pieces because they have it so that you can use trim around the edges of the tile because you want to like trim out the edges of the mosaic on the floor. And so they have like a corner piece and like a top piece, you know, so that you can have the trim around. Oh, and it looks so good. I'm just so excited about it. I use that mosaic tile literally everywhere. Like there's tile all over the walls, there's tile all over the floors. We've got little mosaics in the bedrooms. Like I got a little carried away with the tile, but I was really excited about it. So, and also I built this on my stream last night, and so I was doing it live. There's like chat suggestions and things like that. One of the things I noticed is people were kind of like, Kayla, why are you putting tile everywhere? Stop. Just like for the record, tile everywhere in a house is really not that uncommon. Obviously, it's very characteristic of this style of house, but just in general, a lot of places have tile flooring like everywhere. I mean, I live in Florida. We have that here too. I'm sure a lot of you might live in places like that too, where you've got tile everywhere. If you live in a place that's colder, you're probably like, what the heck? But I live in Florida, and I'm telling you, we got tile floors literally everywhere. So this is not unusual to me. It might be like weird to you, but you know, different places have different styles and different needs. It's hot outside. The tile is cool. It's nice. Okay, so this house itself, you'll see that it's kind of centered around that courtyard in the middle that we were talking about. It's got a fountain, it's got some chairs and stuff to sit out there. And then on the right side, there's a bedroom and a bathroom. There's also a kitchen down there, and then on the left side, there's the dining space. And then upstairs, we've got 2 more bedrooms and another bathroom. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Also, you may have noticed that I used the doors as windows. Like all over the front of the house. I just thought it looked so beautiful. So I wanted to have like more variation of windows, and we only had the 2, like I was talking about earlier. So there's like a closed front door, and then there's an archway that has doors on either side that looks like an open door. And so I used that everywhere because in my head it was like, it kind of looks like shutters, I guess. And I used those on the front of the house too because I wanted to have some more variation in the front of the house. I didn't want to just have the like medium wall height windows. I wanted to have some more options. So I did put doors everywhere. Yes, and I stand by that. But you can set in the game like what the front door is, and your Sims will use the front door. Plus, they can't actually get through those big archways because I put little balconies in front of them, so you're fine. They're not gonna like walk in through the archway in the kitchen. They'll go through the front door, luckily. But that was the other thing my chat was really concerned about yesterday. They're like, oh my god, Kayla, you've got doors everywhere. Which one's the front door? And I was like, it's okay. It's the door that's closed is the front door. At least it's supposed to be. That was my intention. It's one of those things where when I'm building on stream, and even in my speed builds, like you might be sitting here yelling at the screen because you haven't seen like my vision. Like I have an idea in my brain, I just haven't done it yet. So you're probably like, oh my god, Kayla, this thing is messed up, please fix it. And then like 10 seconds later I do. But you're just not in my head, so you can't tell what my plans are until it happens. So you're so valid for that, don't worry. Another like kind of interesting different thing that I did in this build was the staircase. I made a sort of custom one because I wanted to have stairs like in that little back corner, but I couldn't get them to fit the way I wanted to using like the regular stair configurations that the game can do. So I ended up instead putting a platform there and having stairs go up it and then stairs go up it again and making like my own custom staircase because that way it actually fit and I wasn't like stuck trying to make the game ones work. The staircase does work like that. It's totally functional. It's totally fine. I guess the Sims just aren't as like smooth going upstairs that have platforms in them. And I mean, it's not like a problem. It's just that, you know, when your stairs walk up a corner stair that's like an actual corner stair in the game, they kind of very smoothly just go up and turn. With the platform, they might like walk up to the first platform, kind of turn around and then go up the next one. Like they kind of are awkward with the turn, but that's not that big of a deal. It's just like a routing thing. There are worse issues we could be be having, I suppose. Okay, so now we're kind of getting into some furnishing. I spent a very long time. Like, the majority of this build was just me figuring out like the floor plan and all of the arches and like the architecture plans I had, because this is a new style of house for me. Like, I wasn't really sure what I was trying to do, so the majority of the build was definitely spent with like trying to figure out where everything's gonna go and like what it's gonna look like. And the furnishing was a lot easier because really it's not actually that big of a house. Like, it's a lot of space, but the majority of the house is like a big open courtyard, you know? So there's not a lot of furnishing to do in the whole middle. So really it's just the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, like the kitchen, you know. I think the hardest furnishing for me was the kitchen, because I was trying to make this house just base game and the new kit. I just wanted you all to be able to download this immediately. Like, if you buy the kit, you'll have a house to use immediately. So I wanted to use just the 1 pack and the base game, but there aren't a lot of base game counters that really match this style. To be honest, there aren't really a lot of counters at all that match this style, and so the base game ones really don't. I suppose maybe I would feel like the jungle adventure ones might fit better. Obviously, it's like a completely different inspiration and place, but jungle adventure also has a lot of like mosaic tile type stuff in it, which is good. So maybe those counters would have been better. I don't know, but I just used the base game ones, like the more expensive ones, because they had like the white counter that sort of matched the floor. I thought about doing some like open shelving, but I wasn't sure what to put on it because, like, you know, it wasn't a very big kitchen and like we're doing just the base game, so the clutter options are limited. So I kind of went back and forth. I ended up just like giving up for a while, and I was like, I'll come back to the kitchen later. So I just like put some furniture down, made it functional. I was like, here's a fridge, here's a stove. Okay, now we'll come back in a little bit. Oh, and the other thing you might notice is that the mosaic tile on the floor and the walls doesn't match. That's not just me. That's the pack. I assume it's on purpose, but the 2 different tiles, the wallpaper and the flooring, are different. There's like some similar color schemes and stuff, but like the mosaics aren't identical, and I assume that is intentional. So don't yell at me. I didn't like do anything wrong. It's just, that's just how the tiles are. That's how they come. Okay, and before I get too distracted, I know this new kit just came out literally yesterday, but they just announced the next game pack today. So there's a lot going on right now. Quick recap if you missed it. They posted a couple days ago this like hot Sims summer lineup for The Sims. In it, they announced the new kit, so there's a game pack coming, so there's gonna be a Pride event, there's gonna be a rock out biggest Sims event of the summer that I think is EA Play. There's gonna be 3 updates and an expansion pack all this summer. And they already announced the game pack. Like, they teased it today and the trailer comes out tomorrow. So we're moving fast, apparently. There's a lot going on, but they teased the game pack today. They posted these 3 screenshots on Twitter, and the 3 screenshots are just like 3 different townies being like, I need a walk-in closet with more space. I want to turn my dining room into an art studio. Kind of implying that, one, they said it would be a creative new game pack with a new career, and then they have these new screenshots of Sims requesting like interior design plans or like renovations to their house. So is the game pack like an interior designer career or like some sort of fixer-upper career? This is so right up my alley. And I assume that because all of you watch my videos, it's right up your alley too, because we are all like obsessed with renovating things in The Sims. But this pack sounds like it's gonna be a renovation pack or some sort of decorating pack, which means the new career makes it so that I can go decorate other Sims houses, I assume. We haven't seen the trailer yet. But also it probably has a lot of new furniture in it. Like, if the whole pack is based around decorating, like obviously the furniture is gonna have a ton of new options, right? And it's a whole game pack, so it's probably a lot of options. I don't know. So the trailer comes out tomorrow, so we will of course watch that together. Don't worry. But I think this is probably the most excited for a new pack I've been in a long time, or maybe like ever. But I swear, like, this is so right up my alley. Like, a whole interior design pack, that's like my dream pack for The Sims. I don't know, so I'm really excited about it. Hopefully it comes out soon because I want to play with it really bad, and I don't know what I was expecting when they said creative new career. Like, I didn't really know what to expect, but this is beyond my wildest dreams. I could not have expected anything better than this. And then we still have the expansion pack to look forward to. I assume the expansion pack will come out like at the end of the summer. Like, right, if they're having 2 big packs come out like right now, like today, then maybe the expansion pack's a little bit later on. But the expansion pack said something about like bonding with nature, and that's all they said. And I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I think we all want a farming pack like so bad. I don't know about you, but like I am very excited about the possibility of a farming pack. And again, I don't want to get my hopes up. So I keep being like, no, there's no way. Bond with nature does not mean farming. I keep like trying to tell myself that. But one of the sim gurus on Twitter said something about like, you're gonna love this one, like kind of implying that it was highly requested, and like the only last highly requested thing that's nature related is farming. farming, but I don't want to get my hopes up. But if it is, I mean, this is like my dream summer. We get an interior design pack and a farming pack. I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Maybe it's like I don't know. We have so many nature-based packs already. I'm like, is it camping? No, we already have camping. Hiking? No. Oh, we got snowy escape. Eco something? Oh, already have that. I mean, like, we have everything nature-related that I can think of already. So I don't know. Again, I don't want to get my hopes up. We'll see. We will see. I go through so many phases with The Sims, and I always love this game, but like there are times that I'm like loving it more than other times. I think we all have that, you know? Like there are times where I'm like really excited and like obsessed again and like can't stop thinking about it sort of times. I'm in one of those right now. I mean, I told you with this kit, like I've been sitting here planning what I'm gonna build with this kit for like a week, you know? And it's just a kit. Like I usually get that way with expansion packs and stuff because we have a lot more time to prepare for them and like think about it. But this is just a kit and I've been sitting here like, oh, I can't wait to build. Like I've been looking up reference pictures. Like, I don't know. I've been really excited about The Sims recently. So I assume that a lot of you are too, and that's why you're here watching a Sims YouTuber. So I guess we're all in the same boat. I just can't believe they already announced the new game pack. Like we're getting so much news this week from The Sims, I can't get my mind around it. I can't wrap my head around this. They also in the live stream yesterday talked about the update that's coming up and the bunk bed fixes they're doing. Because if you didn't know, right now the bunk beds are a bit glitchy. Like you can't really do loft beds, they're just bunk beds. Like you can't really slot anything underneath them except for a different bed. Well, in the next update, they showed off slotting a couch under it, a desk under it, a double bed underneath it, and they showed off the old bed being against the wall and a Sim scooting to the other side in the stream. And listen, there's something about scooting in The Sims. It's very hit or miss. For some reason, when I say it doesn't work, people don't believe me. But I have never successfully had a Sim scoot, except for once on stream when I was playing Eco Lifestyle. And I mean like when the bed is like in the corner against the wall. There's 2 bed spots, right, for a Sim to sleep in, but they only sleep in the one that's like not against the wall. And they're supposed to be able to like slide over to the other side, like kind of climb to the back of the bed and have 2 Sims still sleep there. But it like never works. I swear it does not work for me, ever. It might work for you, people claim it does, but I don't believe you. I have never had it work successfully. And going off of how the chat reacted when they showed off the Sim scooting, it seems like they fixed it. Like whatever issue was making it not work for some people, it seems like they solved that now. And I think that'll be in the next patch. So that's good. But anyway, the build is kind of wrapping up to a close here now. We've sort of finished the exterior. We had a lot to talk about today. There's a lot going on right now. Too much. There's too much going on right now. But I think now is a good time to go give a quick tour. Also, look at how pretty the homepage looks right now with all the tile and stuff. Oh, this pack is so beautiful. I love this. Okay, so I built this in Oasis Springs. I put it on this 40 by 30 lot back here. 1, it felt kind of appropriate, like it kind of blended into the surroundings, but 2, because there's not really many 40 by 30 lots that I like that have good lighting. So even this one has bad lighting. There's just so many shadows like all day. So it looks best in the evening in my opinion. I mean, look at that. But here is the front. You can see I made use of like a lot of the orange tile as well to match the roof. We have a little fountain courtyard space in the front. I did not know where to put the mailbox, so I stuck it right there. I think that I would prefer to have a wall mailbox for this one. Like I think maybe if I were to change it, I'd put the Snowy Escape wall mailbox. Just because it feels like there's not a good spot for one of these like in the courtyard space, but we were doing just the base game, so I couldn't like stick that there, but I feel like that makes more sense, right? The back of the house has a huge pool, a big dining table, it's got a grill, and it has like the seating area and stuff. This grill, by the way, is base game. I got asked a lot about that on my stream yesterday, but that came in an update like last summer, fall-ish, so that's in the base game now, and I feel like it kind of fits. I don't know. Obviously the roof is open because it's a whole big courtyard down there inside. I think it just looks so cool. One of my other favorite parts is that this building is like kind of separate on the second floor. I saw a picture online of a place like this, and so I kind of copied that and had like an outdoor hallway to it, and I just thought that looked interesting, so I kept it. But when you actually walk inside, this is the main door. It takes you into that courtyard space that I was talking about. Here are those stairs. I just think these look really cool as well, aside from the, clipping, but it's fine. It's fine. I also liked these like 3 archways that I put together to make this sort of interesting wall space there. I think it looks cool with the columns and stuff too. This is the dining room. Over here we have the kitchen. I'm not so proud of the kitchen. I think I could have done better with this, but it's fine. It's functional. And then there's like a little hallway that takes you into the bathroom and the bedroom. I used the doors that came with the pack because they're really pretty and they match, and we don't have much that matches. I do acknowledge that these doors are glass and you can see straight into the bathroom. But it's okay, because the toilet and the tub are like to the side, so you can't see them from the door, really. Oh, okay, you can totally see someone bathing in there, but there's a mosaic that covers it. Speaking of mosaic, there, you know, the little like naked mosaic blur? See, it's fine. And then there's like a kid's bedroom downstairs with 2 beds and a little desk and computer. There's not a TV in this house, so I made sure I put 2 computers here because then, you know, Sims can get their fun up and stuff. I love how this little space looks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very pleased with this. And then upstairs we have a second level of that big open courtyard space. I put some bookshelves and like a chess table for some functionality. And then there's 2 bedrooms. There's one like maybe teen's bedroom here, and then we have the parents' room and the parents' ensuite bathroom as well. I really enjoyed this build. I had a lot of fun messing with this stuff and like doing more interesting color schemes and things I don't usually try. And at the end of the day, I think it looks pretty good. So I hope that you like it too. It's on my gallery if you want to download it. My name is just lilsimsie on there. It's called Courtyard Oasis, I think. Yeah, it's just called Courtyard Oasis. So you should be able to find it easily. If you enjoy this video, I have lots of speed builds on my channel. And on that note, I'm gonna see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. You know what? I put a pool of this one again. I keep putting in pools in every single one of my Sims builds. I'm like obsessed right now for some reason.